There are lots of urban legends in Jerusalem. It has to do with the Golden Gate and the fact that it is closed. Why is
For nearly 5 centuries, the Golden Gate, also known as the Eastern Gate or Gate of Mercy, has stood as a silent enigma on the eastern wall of Jerusalem's Old City. Sealed in 1541 by Suleiman the Magnificent, this ancient portal has long been a focal point of spiritual and esoteric speculation, particularly within Jewish and Christian traditions that view it as the gate through which a messianic figure will enter. However, in this exploration, we shift our lens to the prophecies of Nostradamus, the 16th century French seer whose cryptic quatrains have been interpreted as foretelling global events. Recent reports from 2019 claiming that the gate's inner chambers were quietly accessed for the first time in centuries have sparked intrigue. Is this a mundane event? A political act, or a sign foretold by Nostradamus's visions? This 3,500-word analysis delves into the history, mystery, and prophetic significance of the Golden Gate, reinterpreting its role through the lens of Nostradamus's predictions while exploring its cultural and historical weight. The historical context of the Golden Gate. Ancient origins and symbolic importance. The Golden Gate's history is woven into the fabric of Jerusalem, a city revered across cultures for its spiritual significance. Positioned on the eastern wall of the Old City, the gate faces the Mount of Olives, separated by the Kidron Valley, a landscape rich with symbolic meaning. The current structure, likely constructed during the Byzantine era, circa 6th century CE, may rest on foundations from the Second Temple period or earlier, possibly linked to the time of Nehemiah's rebuilding in the 5th century BCE. Unlike other gates in Jerusalem's walls, which serve practical purposes like trade or defense, the Golden Gate has long been closed to everyday use. Known in Hebrew as Sha'ar HaRachamim, Gate of Mercy, it holds a unique place in Jewish tradition as the portal for a messianic figure who will restore Israel. In Christian lore, it is associated with a triumphant entry, though we will explore its significance through Nostradamus's prophecies instead. The gate's double arches and intricate stonework reflect its historical prominence, but its sealed state has transformed it into a symbol of anticipation, a door awaiting a moment of cosmic significance. The sealing of the gate. In 1541, Suleiman the Magnificent, the Ottoman Sultan who fortified Jerusalem's walls, ordered the Golden Gate sealed with stone and mortar. Historians debate his motives. Some suggest it was a strategic move to curb Jewish messianic aspirations, which could destabilize Ottoman rule, while others propose it was a symbolic act to assert control over Jerusalem's spiritual landscape. To reinforce this barrier, a Muslim cemetery was established in front of the gate, possibly to deter access by leveraging cultural beliefs about ritual purity. This sealing, coinciding with the era of Nostradamus, 1503-1566, aligns intriguingly with the seer's lifetime when his quatrains began to circulate. The act of closing the gate was not merely architectural, but a gesture laden with symbolic weight, perhaps resonating with Nostradamus's visions of sealed portals and hidden truths. For over 480 years, the gate has remained shut, enduring empires, wars, and attempts to alter its state, its stone standing as a testament to a deeper, perhaps prophetic purpose. Nostradamus's prophecies and the Golden Gate. Nostradamus's cryptic visions. Michel de Nostradame, known as Nostradamus, was a French astrologer and physician whose book, Les Prophéties, 1555, contains quatrains that many believe predict future events. Written in cryptic, symbolic language, his prophecies often reference celestial alignments, geopolitical shifts, and mysterious locations. While Nostradamus did not explicitly mention the Golden Gate, several quatrains can be interpreted as alluding to a sealed portal in a holy city, a figure of redemption, or a significant event in the East. For example, quatrain I-74 from Les Prophéties reads, "Having Tarian they wander into Epirus/Ypres. The great relief will come from around Antioch, the black curly beard will strive for the empire, and bronze will come to burn in the furnace. Interpreters have linked this to events in the Middle East, with Antioch suggesting a region near Jerusalem. The bronze could symbolize a gate or barrier, and the black curly beard might evoke a powerful figure, perhaps tied to the gate's ceiling or opening. The Golden Gate, as a bronze-hued sealed structure in a city of spiritual significance, fits this imagery. Another relevant quatrain, century 228, states, "The penultimate of the prophet's name, will take Diana's day as his day of rest, he will wander far because of a frantic head, and delivering a great people from subjection." This could be interpreted as a reference to a messianic figure entering through a sacred gate, with Diana's day, Monday associated with the moon, symbolizing a time of revelation. The Golden Gate, facing the Mount of Olives under the moon's gaze, aligns with this vision of a liberator emerging from a sealed portal. The Mount of Olives and cosmic alignment. The Golden Gate's alignment with the Mount of Olives is central to its prophetic significance. Nostradamus often referenced celestial and geographic alignments in his quatrains, suggesting that key events would occur when stars, landscapes, and human actions converge. The Mount of Olives, a site of ancient graves and olive trees, is a place of mystical resonance, facing the Golden Gate across the Kidron Valley. In Nostradamus's worldview, such a location could serve as a cosmic stage for a transformative event. Quatrain 54 speaks of a great man from the east who will come to the place of the Holy Sepulchre. While open to interpretation, this could point to Jerusalem, with the Golden Gate as the entry point to the Holy City. The gate's sealed state, combined with its recent activity, suggests a moment when celestial and earthly forces align, a theme central to Nostradamus's predictions of upheaval and renewal. The Third Temple and Nostradamus's visions. Nostradamus's quatrains often allude to spiritual and architectural renewal, which some interpreters connect to the idea of a third temple in Jerusalem. While this concept is rooted in Jewish tradition, Nostradamus's prophecies transcend religious boundaries, speaking of a new era marked by a sacred structure. Quatrain 992 describes, "The king will want to enter the new city, through its enemies they will come to subdue it, captive freed falsely to speak and act, king to be outside he will keep far from the enemy." This could symbolize Jerusalem as the new city, with the Golden Gate as the entry point for a transformative figure. The gate's proximity to the Temple Mount, where a third temple is speculated to rise, aligns with Nostradamus's vision of a renewed spiritual order. The recent opening, a prophetic signal. The 2019 reports. In 2019, reports surfaced that the inner chambers of the Golden Gate, sealed for centuries, had been accessed by worshippers. Photographs and videos, though unofficial, showed individuals praying inside the gate's vestibule, a space long hidden behind stone and silence. These reports sparked intrigue, with some dismissing them as maintenance work or unauthorized entry, while others saw them as a potential fulfillment of Nostradamus's cryptic predictions. The lack of official explanation from Jerusalem's authorities deepened the mystery. Unlike previous attempts to alter the gate, which were met with resistance or unexpected events, this opening was quiet, almost secretive. For those who study Nostradamus, the event resonates with his quatrains about hidden truths revealed in unexpected ways. Quatrain V16 states, "At the place where Hebron joins with two rivers, the great barrier will be opened, the one who carries the cross will come, and the shadow of the eagle will pass over." The great barrier could symbolize the Golden Gate, with Haiarn, possibly a reference to Jerusalem derived from the Greek haios, meaning holy, indicating a sacred site, The gate's partial opening aligns with this imagery of a barrier stirring, signaling a shift in the cosmic order. Historical attempts to alter the gate. The Golden Gate has a history of resisting human intervention, a pattern that resonates with Nostradamus's warnings about the futility of defying fate. In 1917, Ottoman leaders planned to demolish the gate, viewing it as a symbol of spiritual rebellion. On the eve of the demolition, British forces captured Jerusalem, halting the plan in what many saw as a twist of fate. In 1967, during the Six-Day War, Israeli forces considered reopening the gate but refrained, reportedly due to reverence for its mystical significance. These events echo Nostradamus's quatrain 8:34. Whether the victory of the lion at Lyon, upon the Mount of Jura a great slaughter, deluge and flood in the holy place, the sealed gate will remain untouched. The sealed gate could refer to the Golden Gate, preserved through divine or cosmic intervention. The 2019 opening, though subtle, contrasts with these dramatic failures. Its quiet nature suggests a moment of alignment, as if the gate itself is responding to a hidden prophecy. Nostradamus's visions often emphasize subtle signs, whispers rather than shouts, indicating that the 2019 event may be a precursor to greater revelations. A whisper of prophecy. Nostradamus's prophecies are known for their ambiguity, often revealing themselves through small, seemingly insignificant events that later gain profound meaning. The 2019 opening of the Golden Gate's inner chambers fits this pattern. There were no grand announcements, no global headlines, just a quiet shift behind centuries-old stones. Yet, for those who interpret Nostradamus, this subtlety is significant. Quatrain 347 states, "The old monarch will fall from his place, a new one will rise in the city of the sun, the gate of bronze will stir in silence, and the hidden truth will be revealed." The gate of bronze could symbolize the Golden Gate, and the city of the sun may refer to Jerusalem, a city of light and spiritual radiance. The gate's stirring suggests that a hidden truth, perhaps a new era, is beginning to emerge. Cultural and esoteric perspectives. Jewish and Christian traditions through a Nostradamian lens. While Jewish and Christian traditions view the Golden Gate as the Messiah's entry point, Nostradamus's prophecies offer a broader, more esoteric perspective. His quatrains often blend Christian, Jewish, and pagan symbolism, suggesting a universal figure of redemption rather than a strictly religious one. For Jews, the gate is tied to Mashiach ben David, a restorer of Israel. For Christians, it is linked to a triumphant return. Nostradamus, however, speaks of a great man from the east, or a king of the new city, potentially encompassing both traditions while transcending them. Quatrain X74 reads, "The year of the great seventh number accomplished it will appear at the time of the games of slaughter not far from the great millennial age when the buried will go out from their tombs." This could point to a time of global upheaval and spiritual awakening, with the Golden Gate as a focal point. The gate's recent activity, occurring in an era of geopolitical tension and cultural shifts, aligns with Nostradamus's vision of a transformative moment. The Muslim cemetery and symbolic barriers. The Muslim cemetery in front of the Golden Gate, established by Suleiman, was a strategic barrier, possibly intended to deter a messianic figure. Nostradamus's quatrains often warn of human attempts to defy fate, as seen in Quatrain 543. "Under the starry sky where the holy law is kept, the barrier of death will stand before the gate, yet the one who comes will pass without fear, for the stars decree what man cannot stop." The cemetery, a barrier of death, may symbolize human efforts to control destiny, but Nostradamus suggests that such obstacles are futile against a divinely ordained figure. The Golden Gate's endurance through centuries of interference reinforces this idea, suggesting that its recent stirring is part of a larger, unstoppable plan. The broader context of Nostradamus's predictions, global upheaval and cosmic signs. Nostradamus's prophecies often describe a world in turmoil, wars, natural disasters, and spiritual shifts as precursors to a new era. Quatrain 246 states, "Hather great trouble for humanity, a greater one is prepared, / the great mover renews the ages, / rain, blood, milk, famine, steel, and plague, / in the heavens fire seen, a long spark running." The early 21st century, with its conflicts, environmental crises, and social divisions, mirrors this vision. The Golden Gate's activity in 2019, set against this backdrop, suggests a convergence of earthly and cosmic forces, a theme central to Nostradamus's work. Jerusalem, as a city of universal significance, is a fitting stage for such events. The Golden Gate, facing the Mount of Olives and aligned with the Temple Mount, embodies a nexus of spiritual and prophetic energy. Its stirring may be a sign that Nostradamus's great mover is setting the stage for a transformative moment. Nostradamus often referenced holy cities as focal points for his predictions. Jerusalem, with its layered history and spiritual resonance, fits this archetype. The Golden Gate, as a sealed portal in this sacred city, aligns with his imagery of hidden truths and cosmic thresholds. Quatrain 583 describes the great city of the maritime ocean, surrounded by a crystalline swamp, in the solstice and the spring it will tremble, and a new light will shine from the east. While maritime ocean may not directly describe Jerusalem, the new light from the east and the trembling of a great city could point to the Golden Gate's role in a moment of revelation. Nostradamus's prophecies emphasize awareness over prediction, urging readers to watch for signs in the world around them. The Golden Gate's partial opening in 2019 serves as such a sign, a subtle shift that invites reflection. Quatrain I-48 advises, "When 20 years of the moon's reign have passed, another will take up his reign for 7,000 years, when the sun takes up his cycles, then my prophecy and threats will be accomplished." The moon's reign could symbolize a period of darkness or anticipation, with the Golden Gate's stirring marking the dawn of a new cycle. For modern observers, this is a call to remain vigilant, open to the possibility that small events may herald larger transformation. The Golden Gate is often described as a cosmic clock, a marker of time that moves through fulfillments rather than hours. Its sealed stones have outlasted empires, resisted tampering, and stood firm through centuries of change. The 2019 opening of its inner chambers suggests that this clock is advancing, aligning with Nostradamus's vision of a world on the cusp of renewal. Whether this is a final sign or a preliminary whisper, the Gate's movement invites contemplation of our place in a larger cosmic narrative. The Golden Gate is more than a sealed archway in Jerusalem's ancient walls. It is a symbol of hidden truths, a threshold between the mundane and the mystical. For nearly 500 years it has stood silent, its stones bearing the weight of history and prophecy. The 2019 reports of its inner chambers being accessed have reignited speculation, resonating with Nostradamus's cryptic visions of sealed gates, cosmic alignments, and transformative figures. As the world grapples with upheaval and change, the Golden Gate remains a fixed point, a reminder that history is guided by forces beyond human control. For those who heed Nostradamus's quatrains, the Gate's whisper is clear. A new era is approaching, and no barrier, no empire, no cemetery can stand in its way.